Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Can Manchester United win the Champions League? The last time Manchester United won the Champions League was back in 2008. Manchester United have won the Champions League 3 times. The Champions League is the only chance Manchester United have got of winning a trophy this season. Manchester United have not won a trophy for 5 years. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Manchester United do play Atletico Madrid tomorrow night in the last 16 of the Champions League. It's the first leg. It's going to be a difficult game. You know, Atletico Madrid have got a very good manager in Diego Simeone. Diego Simeone has been Atletico Madrid's manager for over a decade, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving manager. Diego Simeone is under contract with Atletico Madrid until 2024. Like I've said on the preview and that, I'd certainly take him as Manchester United's next manager. Manchester United have been linked with him before. Atletico Madrid have got some very good players that could cause Manchester United all sorts of problems. They do have Luis Suarez. Atletico Madrid got him from Barcelona. He's played in the Premier League before, Luis Suarez, because he is a former Liverpool player. I heard that Luis Suarez won't be playing tomorrow. Don't know why. Antoine Griezmann, he's also very good for Atletico. He's on loan at Atletico Madrid from Barcelona, but before Barcelona, Griezmann was at Atletico Madrid for around 5 years. So far, Griezmann has spent his entire playing career in Spain. Don't forget, a long time ago, Manchester United were close to getting Griezmann, but we didn't get him, and the reason we didn't get him is because at the time Atletico Madrid got a transfer ban. So obviously with the transfer ban they couldn't replace Griezmann. Joao Felix, he's also very good. That's definitely one player Manchester United have got to watch out for tomorrow. Atletico Madrid got Felix from Benfica. Matheus Cunha, he won't be playing any part tomorrow. Like I've already mentioned, Cunha is out with injury. They got Ángel Correa, Yannick Carrasco, Hector Herrera, Marcos Llorente, Thomas Lemar. He won't be playing in this game because he said he's out with COVID. Atletico got Thomas Lemar from Monaco. Daniel Wass, he won't be playing any part in this game tomorrow night because he's out with injury. Atletico brought Daniel Wass in last month. He was the replacement for Kieran Trippier. Atletico let Kieran Trippier go last month. He went to Newcastle from Atletico. Last year, Sol Niguez went to Chelsea on loan, but he's been very poor at Chelsea. They let Rodri go as well. Rodri went to Man City from Atletico, and a few years ago they let Thomas Partey go. Thomas Partey went to Arsenal. Atletico's first choice goalkeeper is Jan Oblak, and Manchester United were linked with him a while ago. Manchester United are coming into this game on the back of a 4-2 win against Leeds. It was a very good performance by Manchester United against Leeds, especially in the first half. Manchester United's goals against Leeds came from Harry Maguire. Scored a very good header from the corner. That was the first time Manchester United had scored from a corner this season. Bruno Fernandes also scored, and Fred Enelanga came off the bench and scored. And the goals from Leeds came from Rodrigo and Rafinha. Rodrigo's goal was fortuitous because he attempted to cross it, but obviously it went into the back of the net. It caught De Gea out of surprise. I think, the wind blew that in. Leeds did score twice in 24-25 seconds. But reflecting on the win against Leeds, there's a good chance Manchester United will finish in the top 4. Manchester United also beat Brighton not so long ago 2-0, so we've had back-to-back wins in the Premier League, coming into this game against Atletico. As far as I'm aware, Man United have only got one major injury, and that's Edison Cavani. Obviously Tom Heaton's injured, but he doesn't get in the team. Tom Heaton is our third choice goalkeeper. Obviously we brought him in as a backup. We got Tom Heaton on a free transfer from Aston Villa last summer. Chong's injured, but obviously he doesn't get in the team. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game. Rangnick has done his press conference ahead of this game, but I'm not going to bother doing my reaction to his press conference. It was a long press conference. It was over 20 minutes long. Ralph Rangnick, he wants the Manchester United job full time. At the moment, Rangnick is Manchester United's interim manager until the end of the season. Then it did say he's expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years. I've got a lot of respect for Rangnick. He's a very good coach. He's a German coach, and the vast majority of German coaches are very good. Rangnick has been Manchester United's interim manager for almost 3 months now. He's managed around 15 games so far in all competitions. He's lost just 2 games in all competitions. He's only lost 1 game in the Premier League. Rio Ferdinand reckons that Rangnick is doing a good job. Rangnick has tried a few different formations since he became Manchester United's interim manager. Obviously started off with the 4-2-2 formation, then he went with the 4-3-3 formation, And obviously, quite a few times he's gone with the 4-2-3-1 formation. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. I've also got to give him credit as well, because he has made changes since he's come in. Earlier on this season, he recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist, and he recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach. Unfortunately, Rangnick did not get backed in the January transfer window. And he actually got promised as well that he was going to be backed. Manchester United endured a very disappointing January transfer window, because obviously Manchester United did not make any signings last month. We should have let Lingard and Henderson leave, but Manchester United blocked their exits, and we had the incident with Mason Greenwood towards the end of last month. Man United loaned players out though last month. We loaned Martial out to Sevilla, we loaned Donny van der Beek out to Everton, we loaned Amad Diallo out to Rangers, we loaned Ethan Laird out, we also loaned Axel Tuanzebe out to Napoli, and Teden Menga went out on loan to Birmingham. So we let around 8 players leave last month. Rangnick has endured one transfer window as Manchester United's interim manager. As you all know, Ralph Rangnick and Richard Arnold want Erik ten Hag to become Manchester United's next manager, and there's also a lot of Manchester United fans that would like to see Erik ten Hag get recommended in. I think Erik ten Hag would be capable of winning trophies at Manchester United. You've got to admire the work he's done at Ajax. You know, he's developed the young players well, he's won a couple of titles with them, and revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. So there you go, and he's been Ajax manager for over 4 years. Ajax appointed him in back in 2017. His contract at Ajax expires next year. Ajax is the 4th club he's managing in his managerial career. Before Ajax he managed Utrecht, before then he managed Bayern Munich's reserves, and before then he managed Go Ahead Eagles. Mauricio Pochettino could still possibly be Manchester United's next permanent manager. I gave you some more news on Pochettino earlier on today. He said Manchester United face a battle with Real Madrid to land Mauricio Pochettino. Real Madrid want Mauricio Pochettino to replace Carlo Ancelotti. Real Madrid are unhappy with Carlo Ancelotti. Harry Kane to Manchester United is a possibility, especially if Pochettino gets appointed in as Manchester United's next permanent manager. Earlier on this season it did mention that Man United players want Mauricio Pochettino as the next manager. Revert back to when Manchester United sacked Mourinho, Man United should have got Pochettino then, but the club decided to go with Solskjaer instead. Pochettino is in charge of PSG. He's been in charge of PSG for over a year. His contract at PSG expires next year. I think he's won a French Cup with them. He's a good manager, Pochettino, even though he's hardly won anything. He's proven in the Premier League because, like I've said so many times before, Pochettino endured a 5.5-year managerial tenure at Tottenham. Back in 2018, he got Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final. At one point, he almost won the league when he was Tottenham manager. Tottenham made a bad mistake sacking him at the time. And before Tottenham, he managed Southampton. He guided Southampton to their highest ever finish in the Premier League, and he only enjoyed a short managerial tenure with Southampton, so they're the clubs he's managed in the Premier League so far. And a long time ago, he managed Espanyol. Graham Potter was recently on Manchester United's shortlist. You know, Graham Potter is the Brighton manager. Do you think Graham Potter should become Man United's next permanent manager? And Luis Enrique has been mentioned. Enrique is the head coach of Spain. You know, Manchester United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Sir Alex Ferguson. 4 permanent managers have been sacked since Ferguson, even though Manchester United are not known as a sacking football club. You know, since Ferguson we sacked Moyes, we sacked Louis van Gaal, we sacked Jose Mourinho, and last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after almost 3 years in charge. You know, we've got to accept that no one's going to replicate what Ferguson did at the club. You know, Ferguson, greatest manager of all time. Sir Alex Ferguson brought success to Manchester United. He won 30-odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles, but he didn't settle in straight away, Ferguson, because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. Good job he didn't get sacked any time in that 4 years. He didn't win anything or wouldn't have had any success now. Alex Ferguson was Manchester United's manager for around 26 years, so reflecting on that, he was a very long-serving manager. Ferguson retired almost 10 years ago. The only mistake Ferguson made was recommending David Moyes in when he retired, but the reasons he did that is because they're both Scottish, and at that time Ferguson had a lot of time for Moyes. Man United have been playing catch-up for a long time. Like I said, in 10 years, Man United have only won 4 trophies, and we've spent over 1.3 billion, obviously, on players and that. Man United have recouped around 397 million in sales in the last 10 years. We've not won the Premier League since 2013. I hate the way the football club's been run for a long time. The Glazers, we've got to get them out. They've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. The Glazers have owned Manchester United for around 16.5 years. The Glazers bought Man United for 500 million back in 2005, and revert back to April last year, Man United fans were protesting against the Glazers at the Carrington training ground and at Old Trafford because the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. But in the end, the Glazers apologised. Well, that's what Solskjaer mentioned at the time when he was Man United manager. Ed Woodward was at Manchester United for around 17 years. He did step down though. Was it the end of last month or the beginning of this month? That was good news from Man United perspective that he stepped down, because he was one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. Obviously Richard Arnold is our chief executive. He replaced Ed Woodward at the beginning of this month. Manchester United must have brought over 40 players in since Ferguson retired, and let me put into the equation, Rangnick is inheriting players from who other managers have brought in, like none of this squad is Rangnick's. In the summer this year, I'm expecting Manchester United to make signings. We'll try and sign a midfielder in the summer. When Rangnick first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. We've been heavily linked with Declan Rice from West Ham. Samuel Luckhurst said the other day, like he updated you, he said that Declan Rice is keen on United. He said Man United want Declan Rice, but Manchester United are unlikely to meet West Ham's 100 million asking price. I'm expecting a lot of players to depart the club in the summer. In the summer, I reckon Edinson Cavani will leave. Well, not so long ago it said Edinson Cavani is expected to leave as a free agent in the summer. Cavani prefers a move to La Liga. Cavani's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Man United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Cavani's not available at the moment, he's out with injury, and I think Rangnick's confirmed in his press conference ahead of the game against Atletico that Cavani's still out. He's had a few injuries since he signed for the club. I reckon Lingard will leave Manchester United in the summer. He should have left last month. Last month it was Newcastle and West Ham that were battling it out to get Lingard on loan. Lingard is out of contract at Man United in the summer. He has been part of the club for a long time, risen up our academy in that, but doesn't really get in the team. But there again, Lingard surprisingly started against Leeds at Elland Road. Juan Mata, he'll leave Manchester United in the summer. He's out of contract in the summer. Mata doesn't get in our team. And like I say, Ronaldo, I'm expecting him to leave Man United in the summer. If Man United failed to finish in the top 4 prior to the game against Leeds, it said Man United will allow Ronaldo to leave in the summer. We will not stand in his way. Not so long ago, it said Ronaldo was set to become the new Man United captain. But that's not going to happen this season because Rangnick said Maguire will remain Man United captain until the end of the season. Matic, he'll leave Man United in the summer. There's a chance that Pogba will leave Man United in the summer. Not so long ago it said Pogba is open to Premier League offers if he leaves Man United this summer. Pogba's out of contract at Man United in the summer. But there again, the other week it said Pogba would be open to staying at Man United as long as Ralph Rangnick is the manager for next season. Jones and Bailly, they'll leave next year. Maguire and Bissaka could leave in the summer. And Dean Henderson will leave. Like I said earlier on in the video, Dean Henderson should have left last month. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. I'll see you all again very, very soon.